Hi, this is Jacques, and welcome to this guitar video lesson. Now, this video lesson is mainly for people who haven't played guitar ever. It's going to be very basic. We're going to be talking about string names, we'll talk about chords, and we'll also talk a little bit about equipment and what gear to use. So, let's get started on this video lesson. Okay, so the string names, starting with the top one here, is E. The second string on the guitar is A. Third one down is D. Fourth one down is G. Fifth one down is a B. And the final string on the guitar is E. So you actually have two E's on the guitar, the top one and the bottom one. And when you play those together, you can hear it's actually the same note. One is just a little lower in the pitch, and the other one is higher. Now notice that I said top string, I call that number one. Actually, if you go and buy guitar strings and you want a first string, it's actually going to be from the bottom up. So if you buy a pair of strings, the bottom one is 1, B is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But when I teach, I like to view the top one as number one, just visually, because it makes more sense, that you go from the top and call that number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can do both. Just be aware that when you buy strings, this is going to be number one. If you'd rather call this number one, the top one, just in terms of lessons, go ahead and do that. They both work, so it's up to you. Now, before we start playing, we have to make sure that the guitar is in tune. If you don't already have a tuner, I really suggest that you get one. There's nothing worse than playing everything right, but it still sounds wrong. If that happens, it's usually because the guitar is out of tune. Now, I have two versions here. One is called a Crafter tuner, and the other one here, the red one, is a Snark. Those are just the brand names. These are clip-on tuners that you can clip on the guitar and tune from there, and I'll show you that in a minute. But it doesn't really matter what kind of tuner you get as long as it's easy to use. Get a tuner. Very important. Okay, so this is my little Crafter tuner. I'm going to turn that on. The cool thing about this one is it lights up when you're in tune. So I'm going to start with the top E string here. Alright, that's green, it's E, that's in tune. The second one here is going to be an A. Also in tune, works great. Here's my third one. Oh, that one I can adjust a little bit. There we go, there's your D. Next string, works good. B string, needs to go down a little bit. There we go, and finally the E. There you go. So now we're in tune. Really important that the guitar is in tune. It makes everything sound a lot better.